Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. It's been a while since the last episode where we defeated the Logorian and saved the world from damnation by cultist hands. However, there is still the matter of the Bastion of Chaos. It's still out there, it's looming. And there's this bridge that's collapsed. So we're gonna use our superhero powers to restore the bridge. I need 40 scrap and 10,000 iron bits, which I happen to have. So, boom! Fixed. Now, let's actually get to the killing. So, we can enter the Chthonic Rift to get into the Bastion of Chaos level 1. But in here there's gonna be this big gate that's closed and we need a skeleton key to go through. And I just happen to have one over here. We found it in the undead area, in the undercity. I believe we got it. And you also happen to get a blueprint now. So if you actually used it to go through the Steps of Torment area, well, here you actually get one. You can craft another one after you obtain the blueprint. So life is pretty good in that regard. So this being the Bastion of Chaos, there's gonna be a lot of chaos damage floating your way. Very happy I got a very good chaos resistance. My ethereal resistance was a bit on the lower side, it's only 44. So as a result, the fight with the Logorian was a bit trickier. But Bastion of Chaos were pretty well equipped to deal with it. So let's get looking for trouble.
That skill's not ready.
So I'm recording this on the 27th of April. The developers, they every once in a while release a dev blog, and I think the next one is slated for early May, the 2nd or the 3rd. And they've already been talking about just that there's gonna be some new content coming soonish. So if I hope, there's no guarantee, but I hope that they'll follow the pattern that they had with previous beta releases, where after they release their dev blog within a day or two, they'll have the content out. That's what I'm hoping for. There's no guarantee, but I'm hoping for that. Okay, so this took us back. So there's multiple portals in the Bastion of Chaos. They always lead around randomly. Also, there is a unique one in there. Let's whittle out the little ones first. So these are all 49 and all 50. They're all pretty high level. The lowest are 47. That's +1.
That skill's not ready.
Hello there, usurper. Summon some more minions. And that is him dealt with. So as I was talking about, if the expansion comes out, or no, not the expansion, just the new patch with some new content dedicated to some of the gods, some of the chaos gods, I believe they are. Dreek and his buddies.
That skill's not ready.
If it's released in early May, and early May or mid-May is also when I'll start my next series. And currently I'm leaning heavily towards an Arcanist. that uses Panetti's replicating missiles to just completely barrage the battlefield with missiles and explosions. I think an interesting build is probably gonna be possible with that. Haven't decided on a secondary class, but as with this Nightblade, you don't need a secondary class in order to have a working build. At least not for normal
That
difficulty.
skill's not ready.
So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play. And that's going to be a range build rather than a melee build. It's going to be something completely different. And I hope it's going to be just as fun as this. You.
That skill's not ready.
So far, the monsters are a couple levels above us, and they are, well, you could classify most of them as rather powerful. But I think we're doing pretty well, and we are now honored with Kaiman's Chosen. So they might offer a quest now. Let's see, Kaiman's Chosen is now honored. We get a new quest for being honored with them. So after doing the Bastion of Chaos, I'm actually gonna go back to them and have a look at what the quest entails.
That skill's not ready.
So there's gonna be at least one more episode after this in this series. I see it as just. Let's open it. Cannot refuse. Okay. They do hurt once the paint starts stacking. Okay, let's get back to the edge. And there is a devotion shrine in the edge there. So that alone makes it worth going here. Leveled up Dryad's Blessing on one more time. It's a slightly larger heal. Okay. Just gonna continue to stick to the edge because I suspect that we'll reach the top left end of the map soon enough, and then we'll just double back and probably just naturally walk past
I can't do that.
that devotion shrine. Okay. Ah, yeah, let's see. It seems to end here. Just branching a little bit and then that's it. I'm really curious if I'll ever actually get another character that is as sturdy as this fellow. Balok Anatu, the Blood Fiend. Level 51 Void Leech. Does not actually seem to do a lot except suck. Pun intended. He doesn't really have a
That skill's not
presence.
ready.
Also, he doesn't have any buddies backing him up. That doesn't really help him either. Okay, so presumably, yeah, see, this is where the skeleton key is sealing things. So we'll leave that be for now. We'll go back to the shrine and then we'll go through. Desecrated shrine. That means summons, including a unique one. Hello there, Ctonian Unraveler. Jeez. So he hurts more than the Gate Guardian. Hurts a lot more than the Gate Guardian actually. On the other hand, once he's alone, it's pretty okay afterwards. Blueprint, Adept's Wand. So. Okay, we got some shields and a whole bunch of crafting materials. Okay, so we got ourselves another devotion point. Just in time to get our turtle shell. So every 50 seconds, or once every 50 seconds, this has this will trigger when I drop down to 40% health and a damage absorption for 500 points kicks in. Oh yeah, it needs to be attached to something, so we'll attach it to our Veil of Shadow aura. Still a bit funny, but sure. And then next up we actually have some points to spend in the tortoise as well. Good. But all of the survivability skills are definitely starting to stack in effectiveness. So, Bastion gates, we have a skeleton key. Make haste, for they will not open long. Hello, boy. You invited to the party as well.
I can't do that yet.
And we leveled to 47. Excellent. Spending more skill points. So, 3 points into our basic attack, which is now maxed as well. So, the only bonus we have that is left to convert is Nidala's Hidden Hand, which applies to all the 3 first of our basic proc attacks. So in total 60% of the attacks will actually use this, and it just adds a whole bunch of asset damage, which is not something I've been strongly focusing on, which is why I left it at one point, just to keep it in. So we'll see. Let's loot this and then move on. Because of course we keep our priorities straight. First we loot, then we move on. Let's take out some of these ranged guys. And a parasite. And the final welcoming committee before we enter the portal. And I think the portal leads to the next level, obviously. And that is going to be a randomly generated level. As far as I understand, there's a couple of randomly generated areas in the game, the so-called roguelike areas as the developers have called them. The Steps of Torment, the deepest level, hidden behind the skeleton key, is one. This is actually blocked. And I believe the Bastion of Chaos here also has that. Wow, level 55.
Not ready.
This is a strong challenge area. Pick up some bits. This will just trigger a limited number of times. The chaos damage, we can resist that. I'd be way more worried if they dealt a lot more arcane damage or ethereal damage.
I can't do that yet.
Because of course that I resist less. But this is just... it's gonna be a slow grind, I suspect. Yes, you guys punch, I'll regenerate.
I can't do that yet.
Why are you feared? Did I do that? I'm sorry. Of course I still got this fearing blade, don't I? Yeah, I'm terrified for 8 seconds, so he actually got hit by that. Cool. I've been unable to find more crafting materials to get more purifying salts to switch into a higher damage weapon. And I don't want to salvage a weapon that is just decent, just to get the material out. So I'm still using that one, but to terrify the odd monster is actually not quite bad. Okay. It's interesting how these little speed bumps do force you to tank some of the damage if you are not actually clearing the rooms. You can't just run through here and just go to the end and get your reward or whatever lies at the end. Since this is actually my first time here, so I have actually no idea what's coming. Besides the little bit of things I've read about it. Ooh, our turtle shell ranked up. So how good is it now? 710 for every... 605 absorbed for every 49 seconds. So every level the cooldown goes down by 1 and you get 105 extra absorption, which is actually pretty darn cool. So at level 20 it will have a 30-second recharge and it will have 2100 extra damage, so that's 2600 damage absorption shield. That seems pretty legit, especially since this is someone you can grab pretty early. I just was a bit late to discover that it was actually pretty useful. Especially because it only triggers when you hit 40% of your life. It will give you a bit of extra health to allow you to respond to the situation. Which, because most of the time, if you take a lot of damage, it's gonna go snap and just gone. So if you get a little shield there that just briefly interrupts that and gives you, just a fraction of a second more to realize something is amiss and hit your panic button, health flask, or get out, or in my case to actually hold my mouse button to cast the blade barrier. Since it doesn't seem to instantly apply, you need to hold it for about half a second before it sticks. That's at least how it feels.
Can't do that yet.
So those things are pretty hilarious, but they have a limited lifespan. As I said, the damage is not insurmountable. Ooh, this one actually just explodes. And that came through. Or demons. Ctonics. They were not guarding anything here. Yeah, it was just a room. Okay, this is a dead end, though there's a lot of stuff there leading up to maybe something of a boss room. Who knows? Also, I skipped a room a bit earlier. Let's backtrack. It's the first time here. I think I need to do a full clear just to see what's here. It would be very unfortunate to miss like a really nice boss spawn or another very nice encounter.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, so let's see, we can go through here and here. And then down here. And it seems like there's only one path through, and that leads to the left here. That's something I do appreciate about the level design in Grim Dawn in general. Most of the time you enter an area and then it branches to all different sides, and then in the end it just comes back together. So doing full clears is, well, generally it's pretty doable and it's not overly cumbersome. Well, there are exceptions, but in general the level design is pretty decent in that regard. Okay, so we have something to the left and something to down. I know down snakes all the way up, so let's go left first. There's a unique Hilnraas, the Dark Omen. Okay. I was just wondering if the turtle had kicked in or not. There's no cooldown timer or anything. Okay, so this was just a small room to the side for that one boss spawn. Ah. Short and sweet. And again, still drafting and crafting materials. Which is good. Never have enough.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, so these rocks, not quite sure if they are like traps that they pop up once you approach them, or if they spawn as a result of killing certain enemies.
That skill's not ready.
Currently I'm leaning towards that they are like traps. Just positioned, and if you get near, they spawn. Hello there, Shelbourne. How you doing today? Ah, my attacks got you down. Well,
I can't do that yet.
not really gonna say sorry, because it was my intention to bring you down. So, there was a unique among these guys. For the usual, let's clear out the rubble thing. Obsidius, the Titan. Shouldn't he be on the Obsidian throne? Just as a random name association thing. And again, this is just a dedicated boss room. None of the bosses have dropped blue gear so far. But maybe they're just saving it up for the final boss encounter.
Can't do that yet.
Maybe. Never know. Also, one of the interesting things, of course, this is in the Chaos Rift. So you can't make portals, you can't have a safe way out, so to say, or if you die, there's no easy way to get back. Which just doubly favors that I have built a rather tanky character out of this. Turtle shells rank 3 now. Excellent. 710 damage shielded. Once every 48 seconds. Okay, and this leads back here. It goes up. This is very nice. This is very well segmented. I like the flow of this. Some minions.
I can't can't do that yet.
Also XP wise things are progressing pretty nicely, already half a level into level 47. Might actually ding 48 here, depending on how much longer this goes, this course. Or maybe if there's multiple levels, then getting an extra level is probably more or less a guarantee.
That skill's not ready.
Hello there, Sir Boss Face.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, he actually has a sort of a power attack that he does telegraph rather well. Probably meant to run around it.
I can't do that yet.
On the other hand, just randomly murdering everything and as an accident killing the boss, that also works for me. Really, no problem accidentally killing the boss. I just love AoE build with some summons.
Not ready.
I think the next level I'm gonna boost my my summoned spirits a bit. The damage output of those things is actually pretty decent, I think. They are fun to have around in boss fights and things like that. So how many
not ready.
minions can be summoned? So, Wild Speaker Code. +2 to summon Briar Thorn and +1 to Emboldening Roar. If I was playing my Conjurer, I would be ecstatic about this find. As it stands, this is a bit meh. Because it does not do anything for this build. Oh well. Let's see, there's another unique, so let's take out the other ones first. Just to take a bit less damage. Oh, you. Because some of these monsters are just static spawns that will not respawn. Other ones might be boss minions that he just keeps respawning. But you wanna at least try to kill everything at least once and see what sticks, so to say. It's the most reliable boss strategy I've found so far, at least. We took him out. And we pop some more traps and an obsidian spike. I like how this seems to have the feel of a sequence of boss fights also. Ow. There's a lot of bosses here. Okay, let's trigger all the traps. Let them do their damage.
I can't do that yet.
Whoa, shielding. Getting the heck out of there. This is the toughest fight yet, I think. There's just so much spike damage going on here. Oh man.
That skill's not ready.
Now, this is a fight that definitely it rewards you for using your skills well.
That skill's not ready.
I got interrupted. No, 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 no. So slowly whittling them down.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, we killed one. We killed most of the add-ons.
That's locked.
That's a treasure trove. Okay, that's not gonna go down. That's the boss itself. Here's just a void fiend. Harbinger. See. Ah, dang. trying to pay too much attention to the actual overview of the battlefield, and I got killed. It was going rather well, but not well enough. If I were a hardcore character, I would be dead now. As it stands, just have to walk a bit. I hope the door is still open. We shall see if the door is still open. I probably should have popped my royal jelly bomb to get some more regen going on for the final sequence of fights. So we know we have to head in this direction. So we can just run it. I think I did a pretty thorough job of clearing most things here. So, oh, some exceptions are there, of course.
I can't open that.
Damn. Okay. So you need another skeleton key for that. So now we need to find a portal out of here to get down there. But I think this is probably going to be it. Since I think the skeleton key required some materials I did not have. But we can double check that. There. Let's see, no, Fort Icon doesn't have a crafter. It has a lot, but not a crafter. Homestead does.
What brings you to my forge?
Accessories all the way at the bottom. Skeleton key. Corpse dust. The ever elusive corpse dust. That's the stuff that you can never ever have enough of. And I don't, because actually I need more to make more purified salt. Because purified salt also takes corpse dust. And ethereal crystals, but that's just a detail. So I can't actually get back in to the level. But well, that means I'll just have to give it another try at some point in the future once I actually have the corpse dust. So that is it for this episode. So as I said, next episode we're gonna have a look at the Kaiman's Chosen quest. Let's see what Father Kaiman has to say for us, what he has to do for us. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.